Welcome back, everyone. This is Ben. I want to talk about what we're witnessing right now. We're seeing something happen in the political landscape that we knew was going to happen. We just didn't realize it was going to happen this quickly. Donald Trump is back out on the campaign trail, not because he wants to, because he's fighting for the life of the conservative party. He's fighting for the life of Make America Great Again. He's fighting for the life of the Republican Party because Republicans are too lazy, too weak, maybe too paid for to do it themselves. And Donald Trump knows if he doesn't, the midterm elections are wasted. They are gone. And he knows that he will be impeached. And I want to know, leave a comment down below. We're going to talk about this. I read all the comments. Why are Republicans, why are rhinos not as concerned about the midterms? Why are they not putting forward any effort to help you and I, the blue-collar working class people of America? Why is Donald Trump having to do this? I've got a couple of clips here I want to show you, but we really need to start understanding why that Republicans, the rhinos, are doing more work, more damage to the party, more work for the Democrats than they are for actually helping us. Let's jump right into this.
I hate this.
Hate what?
I absolutely hate that the president has to leave the White House to go campaign for these Republicans. Republicans, step up. Why does daddy have to come save you? This is the problem. Trump comes in, the arena's sold out. Everyone's going crazy. Trump leaves 4 people, and 2 of them are the Republicans' family members. Republicans, you have to step up. You should want the endorsement, but you should be the one knocking on doors. You should be the one, maybe it won't be a gold escalator like the president went down, but go down yours. Get out there. Get on social media. Go to the White House. He has important things to do that he's doing. He's changing the world for a better place, and now he's got to go fly out and bail out all these Republicans. You have to start stepping up and doing your part. The president should not have to do this.
It's interesting.
What are you going to do when he's gone?
It does happen.
Hey,
like,
JD,
the
stretch.
easiest
You
thing
get
to
in
do
there.
is to ask the president.
Yeah, get in there. You wish, Jessica.
You wish.
I do. I hope and pray.
Listen, the success in the Republican Party is as clear as
Tyrus brings up a hell of a point, and it's so obvious. Why does daddy have to come home and pick up all the toys? Why does daddy have to come home and make dinner, walk the dog? Why does daddy have to mow the yard? He's at work. He's doing all the heavy lifting by being in the White House with a ready pen to sign a bill for voter ID, to get rid of the filibuster, to get rid of birthright citizenship. What are the Republicans doing while daddy's gone? Because it doesn't seem like they're doing anything to actually help America. And I believe that's where a lot of our frustrations lie, is the lack of effort, the lack of work that we see them doing. We saw them take a month off. But why does it take the president of the United States to go and campaign for these weak Republicans in 2026? And we know what's about to happen. January 30th, the continuing resolution expires. Democrats are going to shut the government down again. And they're going to blame Republicans. They're going to blame Trump. And this is going to garner a lot of support. And we're already seeing the foundation of the Republican Party, the conservative movement, the Make America Great Again. It's already being attacked on a daily basis, and we know exactly by who. Now, this is one of the OG, what I would call Tea Party activist, Make America Great Again legends, Mike Cernovich, and he lays it out specifically. Republicans in Congress have decided to toss the midterms. They want to lose their Senate and House majorities, then Trump can be impeached again. This will create baggage for J.D. Vance and will allow the chicken hawk warmongers establishment to take power back and do amnesty. Mike Cernovich, I have got to tip my hat to you, sir, because you called it out yesterday at about 11 o'clock in the morning. You nailed it. Is he wrong? Is Mike Cernovich wrong? I don't believe so. We're seeing the infighting with Candace Owens, Tim Pool. They're going after now Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson agreed and replied to Mike Cernovich. This is exactly what happened. A coordinated attempt to rip apart the MAGA base from the inside. Now, I would say Benny could be responsible for a little of this with some of the guests that he brings on his show, with some of the distractions that he puts out. But we're seeing this in real time. And Benny's probably the biggest and largest voice that we have in the conservative movement on this platform. Like him or not, he is. And I don't agree with him on everything, but I agree with him on a lot. And if you want to stay on this platform, if you want to stay active on social media, and you want to continue this fight, you better buckle up. Right now, the Democrat Party has shifted their focus back to Pete Hegseth. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth directive banning transgender service members has been upheld by the D.C. Court of Appeals. That means only men and women can serve in the military. Now we're starting to understand why the Democrat Party focused on Pete Hegseth, even leading up to his endorsement, his swearing in. And now they're after him again for some so-called war crimes. And they're defending actual narco cartel members over the Secretary of War. Well, it's another battle that the Democrats have lost. But it's getting worse, and we're seeing it across the sphere. We have Nick Sorter. He was just in Portland. This is a independent journalist over on X. His legal team just notified the city of Portland that they're suing them for $10 million for violating his federal civil rights. I'm going to show you the clip here, and I am all for Nick Sorter suing the living hell out of Portland, Oregon.
Portland as well. Out there, when I was arrested, because I was a conservative out there trying to cover the ICE riots that the legacy media didn't want to. I mean, these liberal, these big leftist police departments routinely side with the woke, radical, violent left. And, you know, we were able to find out over those past weeks since I was arrested in Portland, just today, actually, we served them with a $10 million federal civil rights lawsuit because this is a pattern and practice of these far left cities ordering their police department to go after people like me and in Portland's case, leave the leftist protesters alone, give them more runway and latitude. There was literally, we found a case, Laura, where they decided that they weren't going to answer calls for help from these Trump supporters that were in downtown.
We have seen this on a daily basis. If you're a conservative, you are under attack. You better be on guard. If you're a liberal, if you're a member of Antifa or Trans-Tifa or whatever it is, if you're one of these, quote, anti-fascists, law enforcement will let you control your own roads. But if you're an independent journalist out there trying to find the truth, share the truth, you're seeking the truth, you're trying to expose this corruption, law enforcement doesn't work for you. This Portland example, I hope, is the tip of the iceberg. And we need to throw more coal on this. And I hope that Nick sets up a GoFundMe because I will help donate to that for his legal fees. I want to finish this clip, but what do you think as a conservative, as a just an American citizen that's a patriot that wants what's best for America? Do you feel under threat? Do you feel under attack? I know a lot of you do.
Portland, and that guy ended up being assassinated by an Antifa thug, all because the Portland police wouldn't respond to them.
Well, I think you're lucky. First of all, you're lucky you're not in Europe, because the EU would have you would have been in jail and never come out. As far as I can tell, we're going to get to that story tomorrow. But Nick, what I see here, when I see routinely, is that as we move toward the midterms, there's going to be an attempt to revise history. And this is going to be written off as, oh, you guys are provoking them. It was just the Biden people that got this wrong. Now we need to move on to amnesty. That's what I laid out in the angle. I think you're beginning to see that with that New York Times piece over the weekend. Those Biden's team, they tried to tell him, but he wouldn't listen. And so now it's, then it's the journalist's fault. So this is the narrative they think is going to work. I don't think it's going to work.
No, the American people, they don't buy it. All they have to do is watch the video. I put the raw clips out there, right? And there is another video. You can see this mob that knew I had no backup. They still come in and they swarm.
The American people are smarter. I hope. Now, there's a group of Americans that are following some sycophant on X that maybe are a little out of touch with reality. But when you see it laid out like this, how clear it is that if you're looking for truth, independent journalist, you're under attack. You're under threat. If you're just a patriot wearing a hat that might not represent Antifa, the red hats, you're under attack. We've seen it for years. I'll tell you somebody else that's under attack, and that's Ilhan Omar. And she should be. She's under investigation right now. She's being investigated by the Trump administration. This was an interview with Elon Musk, and Elon Musk lays it out very specifically about the Somali migrants that are controlling America, controlling the elections in certain areas.
When people say like this is fake, I'm like, actually, well, let's look at Ilhan Omar, who was voted into Congress by a large group of people from Somalia who are in Minnesota, which is really far from Somalia, or Mamdani, who was voted to be mayor, but by a majority of people who are not born in America. Yeah, that's my understanding, at least. So
he brings up a great point. Ilhan Omar, Zoran Mamdani, a majority of their votes, it looks like, were cast by people that were not born in the United States, but yet they are electing people that affect the entire country. How is this real? How is this reality that we're living in right now? Because I can't figure it out other than a real concerted effort by someone or a handful of people that chose to, quote, radically change America. This all started under the Obama administration, and he admitted it out loud that he wanted to radically change America. And it damn sure seems like President Obama, Barry Soetoro, Barack Hussein Obama, whatever name you want to call him, his efforts really worked. I hope that Ilhan Omar is investigated down to the molecular level. And Donald Trump didn't let up last night. He had a rally in Pennsylvania, and he didn't let up. And he's going to turn this into the Ilhan Omar show.
Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group? Please raise your hand. That's from Minnesota, That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history. I love this Ilhan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little turban. I love her. She comes in, does nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military, they have no nothing, they have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing, they have no police. They police themselves, they kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country, and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother.
Trump is not letting up. And Ilhan Omar She's under investigation. And now you have the President of the United States calling her out. Love to get your thoughts on this. The evidence is there. The investigations have shown that this was the case. Her net worth, if you check out the video I put out yesterday, increased 46,000%. Her net worth. How does that happen?
Brother. Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person. If I married my sister to get my citizenship, do you think I'd last for about 2 hours, or would it be something less than that? She married her brother to get in. Therefore, she's here illegally. She should get the hell out. Throw her the hell out. She does nothing but complain.
It is true. All you hear from Ilhan Omar is how bad America is. Why stay? I know I could set up a GoFundMe to help you fly back to the paradise that you left. I know I could.
jawaabteedu waxay ahayd dawladda Mareykanka waxay ka qabanaysaa wixii annaga aan dhahno dawladda Mareykanka qabo. Waa kalsoonidaas inaan isku.
So here you go. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders. This is her laying out that Somalia controls the United States, that the United States works for Somalia. And right now, it damn sure looks like it. It looks like we may have bought Somalia with the billions of dollars in fraud that are starting to be uncovered, allegedly. And Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, it looks like that he was aware, complicit, tied in. It's for you to decide. But man, things are looking really shady in Minnesota. Really shady. And I can't wait for a Trump rally in Minneapolis. That will be worth watching. That would be worth going to.
President Trump has addressed a lot of my concerns, brought the price of gas down. No two ways about it.
When it comes to the economy, how would you grade his job performance?
Fantastic.
Confident that the tariff policies are working?
Yes.
How's the Trump economy treating you?
It's doing fine. It's been rough under Biden. Things don't happen overnight. I mean, it takes time. It took time to bring it down. It's going to take time to bring it back up again.
I think the tariff policies will come into effect and start to work because it's going to bring manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. It's going to help stable the middle class and rebuild the middle class.
Tourism is very important here, and there's a lot of people that work in the service industry. I am the owner of an Italian restaurant, and I'm glad that my employees will have the benefit of no tax on tips.
This news agency has just been running hit piece after hit piece. They went to the Trump rally in Pennsylvania, and this was the response that they received from these voters. So for anyone that says the economy is not improving, you're seeing it there. It's time to stop complaining. It's time to start working again. Republicans, rhinos, GOP, elected officials that are doing nothing except relying on the President of the United States to do all the work for you, your time is running out. It is time to lace up the boots and start working. And it's time to get rid of all this infighting and ignore some of these squeaky wheels that just ask questions. It's the Ben Dykes Show. I really appreciate you watching. Smash that like and subscribe button. Let's keep growing. Let's keep showing these videos to everyone on this platform to continue to make America great again and to continue to enjoy the next 3 years of Donald Trump's presidency. Who's next? I'd love to get your opinion. Who needs to be voted out? Leave that comment down below as well. I'll see you in the next one.